Peter, the president of Czech Space Alliance. Czech Republic has been already a member of the European Space Agency since 2008. And now Estonia has been invited to become a full member of European Space Agency. The first step for a new full member state is usually to implement the industry incentive scheme in order to prepare the space industry for the participation. The Czech Republic is taking part of 13 ESA optional programs. Based on your experience, which of the optional programs have been most successful to start with on a Czech example?
Well, that's a very simple answer, GSDP. I don't think it is specific to Czech Republic. It is generally the fact that this program enables companies to participate without having some very hard references which you need for operational programs. You are basically at a low level of the technological readiness level, TRL. So you are doing research into new activities, and just to say it bluntly, if you do not get everything right, then no disaster happen. So there is not such a high risk for ESA to give you such a project. At the same time, it's really good for the participants because it enables them to develop new technologies, to develop references, show what they can do, and this is a good stepping stone then to go into the projects which are the standard missions, building satellites or ground segment for operational programs.
Mm-hmm. The industry incentive scheme is a kind of a protective measure for the new country in order to prepare the industry. What would you say, how has been the implementation of this incentive scheme on Czech space industry so far?
I think it's been really excellent as opposed to the period before that. The PEX period was not very well used, unfortunately, but we recovered that during the industry incentive scheme. It was very well managed by both ESA and the Ministry of Transport, which is basically acting as a space agency for us at the moment. And it gave the industry opportunity to get used to procedures and requirements of ESA projects. It gave them a chance to get references again, and also this is very important to develop partnerships with other companies. Most ESA projects are done in international teams, and of course if you want to get into a team of experienced companies and some prime contractors actually taking the risk of getting the project right, then they will not be desperate to have a complete newcomer they know nothing about. But if you've had the references from the successful projects in the incentive scheme, then you already have a much better position, and in fact also you can already cooperate with some of the potential future partners for normal bidding, and they get to know you, you get to know them, and you learn a lot of technologies and procedures, and even build up very good relationships. So it's been absolutely essential, or it's been very successful, and I would call upon everybody in a new member state to really use it to the full, because once the incentive is finished, then you are swimming in the sea with the sharks. You're going to be competing as a beginner basically then. You'll be competing with people that have been working in this for 20, 30 years. It's very difficult.
Understood. But tell us a little bit about the Czech Space Alliance. How many members you have, and do you have specific focuses on some directions?
The Czech Space Alliance is a private association. We have 15 members. Basically it's an SME organization because SME has got some advantages both in EU and ESA. But we also have members from non-SME companies and they are associate members. They can vote, but basically they participate in most of the activities. The original reason for setting up an association was actually to deal with difficulties that industry had during the period of PEX, because industry was not being really treated as a appropriate partner for space activities. And as an association, we were able to talk to ministers and any sort of high-positioned people to ask for a change and to present our case, and it worked.
At the Czech Space Alliance, what are your current activities?
Now we are focusing on developing our success that we already had in ESA. We are building a lot of partnerships with individual companies, but also with industry associations in other ESA member states. We organize events, networking events. Say recently we had one in Slovakia. We were earlier on this year in UK with the UK Space Association. And we try to look for areas where we can cooperate, because work in ESA is really all about international cooperation. So it's very important to, especially for a new country, to develop these networks of partners.
And are also Estonian companies welcome to contact you via your website?
Absolutely, we'll be delighted. We still remember very well how difficult it is to start this activity, and how nice it was to find partners from other countries which helped us. And there were quite a few, not everybody, but some companies were really willing to help us. And so we'd be very happy to pass this on to the future comers or the existing ones. And it is also good for us to have another set of partners to work with.
Thank you very much for this truly interesting presentation today.
Pleasure, and I look forward to working with your companies and wish you lots of luck in your first years in ESA.
Thank you very much.